Hello, this is Faith and Books, and I'm just going to real quick, I'm going to try to be under 10 minutes. I'm going to do a recap or a wrap-up of February's reading and a TBR for March. But the first thing I want to talk about isn't really a book, although it does have a booklet and it's made of paper. But this has been the most amazing thing this winter. It's this kit, paper airplane kit. That's what it's called. That's what it looks like. My husband got this for the 4-year-old, and it has been a lifesaver. He makes the airplanes for him, and the little 4-year-old keeps them in a box, an old box, and he just drags it up and down the stairs with him. And he has spent hours playing with these airplanes, flying these airplanes. And it's great because it's winter time, and he's 4, and he's all boy. He just wants to get out. He's got lots of energy, way more energy than I have. And so this has wound up making winter much pleasanter than it could have been, because he'll just play with these planes for hours, you know, shooting them across the room and then running to gather them all and then doing it again. He knows the names of each model, and it's really been a blessing. So I just thought I would put that out there. If you're in the market for a paper airplane kit, this one is really good. We really like that one. Okay, so that was the first thing that's really been a big part of February. Let's see. This month I read The Complete Little World of Don Camillo, and I did a video about that. And I've been reading The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, and I've been doing videos of that. I'm now up to like 80%, where the author's talking about Stalingrad, and now he's into the plans that Hitler and Göring and Himmler had for what the Third Reich was going to look like, which involved a lot of killing people and enslaving people. So it's pretty bleak. But that's where I am now, and I'll do a review when I finally finish the book, which hopefully will be, you know, in the first part of March. One problem that really slowed down my reading in February is that I am preparing for this Latin exam in March, on March 12th, and I've had to devote a lot of time to studying, or I procrastinate studying, or I'm just too busy to study. This is the 3rd day where I haven't really sat down to study, so hopefully I'll get something in today, get some studying in today. And then I'm also reading Joe's Boys with A Year with Louisa May, and I'm about 30-something% into that according to the Kindle app, and I'm pretty sure I'll have it finished by Saturday, and the 29th is leap year, so I get an extra day in February. So I'll have that done. I'm going to do a review of that book on Saturday, God willing. So what else has been going on in February? So Lent started on Wednesday, which was yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday was Ash Wednesday. And I made the decision that I was going to continue reading this book for my morning meditation. It's really wonderful. It's written by this French priest. I cannot pronounce his name. Sertillange. This book was written in 1937, and he's basically explaining everything, but from the place where Jesus lived, so from the Holy Land. This priest lived in the Holy Land for decades. So, I mean, the detail is just exquisite, down to where the shadows would fall, how Jesus would have seen the shadows fall, or what direction the wind would be coming from, and what kind of scents or smells would be on the breeze, and that sort of thing. So very lush, very spiritually powerful. So I'm enjoying this, and I've gotten, you know, I only read a little bit every morning, so I'm only on page 64, but it's quite powerful. I'm enjoying it. So I decided I will save this sort of gospel or Bible study for next Lent. I picked this up in on a haul in November, but I'm going to postpone that one. The other thing is my middle son and I just started reading the book of Isaiah. We just started this morning. Yesterday morning we watched a little video but we decided we were going to read the book of Isaiah together for Lent. So I'm using this really beat up old copy, but I like how big the print is. So that's that. And I'm excited about that because I've read tons and tons of quotes of Isaiah, but I've never read it from beginning to end. So I'm looking forward to that, and it'll be a nice thing to do with my son. So we have a date at 7 every morning to get up and read together. Then the other book that unexpectedly came into my life in February, and I'm doing the A Year of Reading One's Own, that reading challenge put out by Old Blues Chapter and Verse and Books I'm Not Reading. And that has been really good. I mean, that's what made me pick this up, which I wouldn't have normally. It's made me think about reading books off my shelf that have been neglected for years. So I'm glad about this. But this book, a friend of mine lent me. She's a woman who's been struck with cancer. She's been fighting cancer for, gosh, almost a year, maybe, a little less than that. And so sometimes on Sundays I bring her the Eucharist, and we're Catholic. I was there last Sunday, and I was telling her that I was about to go to this meeting or this talk on permaculture gardening and how it's sort of the wave of the future for gardening. It's the way to turn away from industrial farming, which is so bad for the environment, so bad for the climate and for, life. And permaculture actually sequesters carbon. So there's so many benefits to permaculture. Anyway, her son is getting a master's in environmental engineering, and he had just given her this book. And so she lent it to me. Earth User's Guide to Permaculture, 2nd edition. And I've been pouring through this book, and it is so well organized. It's so well done. It's so clear in the concepts it teaches and how to plan for a permaculture garden. And it's not just for people who have land. There are ideas here you can apply to the urban setting. It's just really, really well laid out. I mean, the downside is it's set in Australia, which I'm in North America, so that's really different. But still, the principles are so clearly presented that it's a wonderful book. So I highly recommend this book if you were interested, even if you're never going to garden, but you're just curious about it. I would recommend this book. It's Earth User's Guide to Permaculture by Rosemary Mara. Really, really cool book. Okay, so that was my February wrap-up. For March, I want to participate in Jason at Byways in Bookland is going to host a read-along of, I hope I say this right, Foucault's Pendulum by Eco Umberto. And I hope to participate in that. I'm going to have to get that book out of the library, so I got to get that. And like I said, my March reading is going to be kind of unsettled at first because I've got this test to take, this Latin exam to take on March 12th. But hopefully I can do all this. So I want to finish up the Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. I want to participate in the Foucault's Pendulum read-along. I'm also going to read 8 Cousins, which is the next book in the A Year with Louisa May reading challenge. And I'm also going to participate in a read-along of The Secret Garden by, what's her name? I always forget her name. Frances Hodgson Burnett. I always want to say Burnett Hodgins for some reason. But anyway, I'm going to participate in that. And in fact, Kate Howe was so nice. She got me on Voxer. I had no idea how to do it, and I still don't know how to do it, but somehow I'm on Voxer now. I just don't know what to do with my account. But when I get a chance to sit down and really look at it, which really means when I get a chance to have somebody help me look at it, somebody in my family, then maybe I'll really get active. But I know I now have a Voxer account. So I'm excited about reading this. And isn't this the sweetest little edition? It's The Secret Garden. It's Hallmark gift books. My phone is ringing in the background. I'm not going to get it. It's probably a junk call. Anyway, it's this velveteen kind of plush pillowy cover. And then it's got this little bookmark. And there are a few illustrations, but it's a nice sewn binding, so it's really, the paper is nice, and so I'm looking forward to reading that. I knew we had a copy of it, and I searched the house, and I had to go into my daughter's room, and I found it there. So if she is watching, I apologize for going into your room, taking this off your shelf. But anyway, so that's my copy of The Secret Garden. I've now gone over 10 minutes. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.